Hello there, students. Welcome to today's English class. Today we are going to be looking at English grammar, and the class is for JSS1, as you can see it there. Now, our topic for today is antonyms. That's what we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at antonyms, and like you know, it's not a broad topic, so we won't be spending much time. It's actually a topic that demands that you actually try to look for words, look up words on your own, get their antonyms. That would actually help to improve your vocabulary. Yes, so let us go over to specific objectives at the end of the lesson, the things that you should be able to do. Now you're going to actually be repeating the specific objectives after me. Let's look at number one. Number one says that you should be able to define antonyms. Now repeat after me. Say, I should be able to define antonyms. Yes, that is what you should be able to do. And number two says that you should be able to give examples of words and their antonyms. Repeat after me. Say, I should be able to give examples of words and their antonyms. Yeah. So that's actually what we are going to be looking at today. And just like I've said earlier, the class is it's going to be a very short class. As you can see here, we have just two specific objectives for today's class. Now let's get the ball rolling. Okay, the first specific objective, which is definition of antonyms. Now, what is an antonym? What are antonyms? Antonyms are actually words that have opposite meaning. They are words that are opposite in meaning. For example, you say good. What is the opposite of good? Bad. So antonyms could just be said to be words and opposites. That's what antonyms are. Good, bad, fine, beautiful, ugly, and all what have you. Right, wrong, all those are antonyms. So whenever you have a word and you have another word that contradicts that word, that is an antonym. That is the antonym of that word. That is the opposite of that word. That's what antonym is. That's all there is about antonym. You just having a word and then you having the opposite of the word. White, black, those are antonyms. That is clear, right? I believe it is well understood. Simple, not difficult. We can actually just play with this definition, and it would also guide us to be able to actually find out the meaning of words on our own. Now, what I expect of you after this lesson, don't just dwell on the words I'm going to be giving to you. Don't just dwell on the examples I'll be giving to you. Don't just dwell on the assignments I'll give to you. I would love for you guys to make use of your dictionaries, look up words, look up their antonyms, try to find out what the word means, try to find out what their antonyms are as well. Now, to a word, there could be more than one antonym. One word could have 2-3 words that opposes it. Is that clear? So let's go over to number 2 specific objective, which is examples of words and their antonyms. Examples of words and their antonyms. Now I'm going to be giving you just 10 examples of words and their antonyms. Let's actually look at some of these words. The first word that we would be looking at is, we have here always. 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 And what's the antonym of that word? What word opposes it? Never. Never. When you say always, what does that mean? It happens. It always happens. constantly happens repeatedly. You do it over and over again. He always goes to school early. It means continuously. He goes to school early, continuously, constantly. It happens over and over and over and over again. Now, the opposite for that, or the antonym for always, is never. Does not happen at all. Never. That is actually the opposite of that word always. Now, I believe we get it right. Okay, now let's look at the second word we would be looking at, which is accept. Accept. What is the antonym for accept? We have refuse. To accept means to do what? To agree. To agree. You accept, it means you agree. You refuse, it means you don't agree. He accepted to help me out with my chores. It means that he agreed to help you out with your chores. He refused to do my assignment for me. That means he did not agree to do your assignment for you. Now, let's look at the third example here. The third example is answer question. The word is answer, and the antonym for answer is what? Question. That is the opposite. When you're providing an answer, you're like telling someone, giving a solution for something. Why a question is you're actually trying to know. An answer, the person is educating you, enlightening you on what you want to know. It could be, yes. So answer question. Yes. Now let's move over to the next example, which is arrogance. The boy is arrogant. You know what it means, right? He's arrogant. It could mean that he's stubborn. It could mean that he's proud. It could so many things. He's arrogant. And the antonym for arrogant, which is the opposite, is what? Humble. He's humble. He's not bumptious. He's not arrogant. He's what? He's humble. That's the antonym for that word. Now let's look at the next example here. We have compulsory. When something is compulsory, it means it's a must do. You must do it. It's mandatory. You must do it. It's not optional. It's not a matter of whether you want to do it or not. You don't have a choice. It is compulsory. Now, the antonym for that is what? Optional or voluntary. Remember I said earlier that one word could actually have more than one antonym. It's optional. It's a matter of your choice. You could decide to do it or not to do it. It's voluntary. It's at your own will. So that's the opposite for compulsory. Now let's actually look at more examples on that. Remember I told you I'll be giving you guys 10 examples. Now the sixth one is boring. Boring is not interesting, it's not exciting, it's just there, it's dull, it's passé. It's not enjoyable, it's not spirit lifting, it's boring. Now, the opposite for boring is what? Exciting. It is exciting. It is enjoyable. It is interesting. It is fun. Yes. So you see, we can actually have one word with so many antonyms. Now, let's go over to the next word. The next word is contract. Contract, not contract. Contract, not contract. Contract. Contract is what? It's a verb. Contract is what? A noun. So contract means to actually reduce the size of something, to contract something, to reduce in size. And the opposite of that word is what? Expand. You expand it, you widen it. That's the opposite of the word contract. Yes. So I want to believe that you guys are getting all those words and you're getting their antonyms. Yeah. Okay, let's move over to the next example. Bold. He's bold. He's courageous. He's not shy. He's not timid. He's bold. He can actually confront any challenge. Yes. Now the antonym for that is what? Timid. He's timid. He can't actually stand up to something. He can't face anything. You get? He's always in his shell. He doesn't want to be out. But a bold person always does what? Stands out. While a timid person always tends to hide and always tends to do what? Take the back bench. Yeah. Okay, now let's look at the next one. The next one is bias. When someone is biased, it means the person is to a large extent prejudiced. The person is sentimental. The person tends to do things based on his emotion or his sentiment. The person is biased. The person is what's the other word to use? When someone is biased, it means the person is not open. The person is not open. The person is prejudiced. The person is jaundiced. The person is, he doesn't stand up to the truth. He allows things to influence him. When you're biased in your judgment, you don't actually call a spade a spade. You allow things to influence you, to influence your judgment. You don't actually dish out the judgment you're meant to dish out. It could also mean that when you're biased, you actually favor some people over some, which is not supposed to be. You favor some over others, and it is wrong. Now the opposite for that is what? Objective. When you're objective, you see white, you call it white. You don't do things based on sentiment. You don't do things because they are favorable to you. You do things because you're meant to do them and because they are right and because that's what you're meant to do. You're objective. You don't allow anything to influence your sense of judgment, be it favor, be it money, be it whatever. But when you are biased, things influence you. Yeah? Okay. Now let's look at the next word. We have generous. What does that mean? It means you freely give. You're a giver. You're generous. You don't hold back things you have. You're always helping people anyhow you can. Especially when it comes to money and other stuff. You're generous. You give out. You're charitable. All of those mean generosity. Why the word? As you can see it here also, we have two antonyms for the word generous. We have miserly. Miserly. Akagom, your hand is like this. You can't give anybody anything. Stingy. Your hand is like this. You just pick things little. You're not free. Your hand is not open. That's the antonym for the word generous, or those are the antonyms for the word generous. Yes, I believe the lesson is actually well understood and you understand everything I've said. You understand the lesson is a very simple one and it's very short, just like I said earlier. So here there is an assignment for you guys. And like I said, please do not limit yourself to this assignment. Try as much as you can. Use your dictionary, look up words, look up their synonyms. It will definitely help you. It will also improve your vocabulary. It will help you to actually get more words. And you would also know how to use them. Okay, now here is the assignment. Write out the antonyms of the words listed below. Now we have fierce, we have important, we have flamboyant, we have innocent, we have brave, we have crude, we have important, we have debtor, we have drunk, we have clumsy, and we have extravagant. So all I need for you to do is to write out the antonyms of these words. Write them out and submit them via my Google Classroom platform. Please join with the code small letter B7U2QH4. Join the Google Classroom platform, submit your assignment, it will be marked there, and the notes will also be there. Do have a lovely day, keep staying safe, keep being good children, and I love you guys, and I'm really missing you. I'm dying to see you guys. Seriously, take care of yourselves.